I have been asked to make a video about a so-called death experience I had in 1973. I was pronounced dead on arrival at a medical center, where my body was dead for more than 30 minutes, then my heart started to beat again. Here is what I, life, not the human body, experienced. I first saw a small disk of white light appear in the center of my vision, which expanded, filling my whole vision. The light consisting of love, that was so deep, it was beyond human comprehension. There was no condemnation, and the light was all-knowing. At first, the white light appeared to be flat, like the face of a two-dimensional plane, yet at the same time, felt to be eternally deep. I went into the light and united with the light. It is important to understand, I had no human form, nor aware of anything human. Many have reported seeing the light during near-death experiences, see relatives and loved ones, then return to the earth. Those who believed they went to heaven and returned to the earth had chosen their human experience over and above life, the real self. So, they have experienced books involving their own desire, producing what they believe to be their loved ones, and human-like experiences, because they are still linked to the Earth program. I saw nothing at all, representing humans, having chosen life, the real self, over and above the human experience. I have not returned to the Earth, as I, life, reside outside what humans interpret as their universe. I observe the human experience from the light. In my case, I, that is to say, life, the real self, an offspring, the light of man, had detached from the human program, and was only aware of myself, the light. The source of the environment of life is non-dimensional, involving awareness. There is, however, a conceptual construct, referred to in ancient writings as the house of God, which is the processing system of life. It is a conceptual processing system, a bit like a virtual processor, but far more sophisticated, produced through communication between faces. What humans imagine to be heaven isn't, but instead it is their own desires, involving books in the libraries. According to biblical writings, even though corrupted by the scribes, defines what heaven really is. It is the firmament, which is space between two sets of faces. Often humans confuse heaven with paradise, involving the Garden of Eden, between the first set of outer faces. The two sets of faces of the house of God involves square geometric planes, used by life to create and experience worlds, created by its offspring, which are non-dimensional, and do not represent any species, including the human species. Each have their own mansion, that is to say their own cloned processing system, within the processing system of life or the house of God. The processing system of life acts a bit like the mainframe, providing a network of cloned processing systems, referred to in ancient writings as the souls. The Earth program is used during an upgrades, involving the second outer end or face, where a core processor, referred to in ancient writings as the Son of Man, returns and is located between the two outer faces or ends, preventing double logic ever entering the processing system again.